What do you think of the idea of adopting elderly people whose children have died as parents or grandparents, much the same way we adopt children whose parents have died as our own? End-of-life care is hard enough when it's your own parents who raised you. I think this is a great idea and should be more common. Presumed the elderly people in question are actually into that as well. Is there a Rothschild or Rockefeller at the granny pound? They are notoriously difficult to train unless you get them when they are young. I'm certainly hoping this becomes a thing since I'm childless and do not have a big family. It should work both ways for elderly and young kids. There is a thing happening about building a child care center as a part of the retirement village. As I enter my 60s without any kids, I would love to be adopted. I'm not looking forward to being alone in a nursing home when I'm in my late 90s. I'd be down. I need a mum. Bold of you to assume I can afford to care for a child or an elderly person. I was visiting a small Alaska town and they had a program where the high school kids each adopted someone from the senior center as part of their community service (CR). People try to do this to get the older people's will. So while it is a nice thought with good intentions, I would be leery of anyone interested in an older person. Sad to say. What? Adorable, and I love it. Probably about the most honorable thing anyone could ever do. I think it is good. A lot of competition to get their will. Rich people would have a waiting list. What people should do is volunteer at their local long-term care facility. Lots of seniors who need love and visits just sitting there. My grandmother fed her neighbor's worms, and when she was asked to identify her ex's body, she took all the money out of his wallet and left. Someone please adopt her. Why do they have to have children who have died? I think elderly people who never had any kids are just as much in need of support. Sounds good if others want to do it, but I wouldn't. The elderly make me uncomfortable. Boomers should have saved for retirement instead of depending on the charity of the generations they screwed over. Like, this is the most wholesome thing I've heard all day, and all in all, I've had a shit day. I think this is a great idea. Cute and heartwarming. I'd gladly adopt a reasonable parent figure, because I really need a supportive older person in my life. I would be very into this. I came along after all four of my grandparents passed, so having grandparents is a foreign concept to me. There was a reality TV show in my country that did this years ago. I wouldn't do it, but other people might enjoy it. That would really be nice. I'd do it. Not many relatives left. What about old people who have never had children? I think it would be cool for those who choose to participate, but not if it's forced on anybody. Help yourself to my parents. They were assholes to me, but I bet they'd be nicer to you. It sounds like an interesting idea. IIRC. The elderly have a higher chance of suffering from loneliness, so that would definitely help there. I find that the elderly adopt me. Perhaps this would be a good premise for a sitcom. When I get old, I cannot imagine wanting to have to make small talk with strangers of a different generation once a week so that they can fulfill their fantasies of service to the community. Don't forget to share, like and subscribe for more content.